Do you love CCIP, but sometimes wish you could have faster transfers? Chronomancer is a smart contract endpoint and bot that allows anyone to provide fast transfers for any token on any CCIP-enabled network while retaining the security of Chainlink CCIP. I built this easy-to-use UI so that anyone can simply download it and create their token lane, fund their bot, and start providing fast transfers anywhere they want, trustlessly and permissionlessly. Whenever you send a CCIP message, your message is compatible with Chronomancer as long as you define the receiver as the endpoint contract on the destination chain, and your data object contains the intended recipient's address and some bytes. Chronomancer works by monitoring the CCIP on-ramp contracts, where it grabs EVM to EVM messages and filters them according to your criteria. It can copy messages and forward them on to the receiving chain, using an endpoint contract which maps the path of the transfer. Like a file path, an order path is the sequence of identifiers unique to an individual CCIP message. When an order is filled, the order's details are mapped to the address of the person that filled it. Once an order has been filled, it can't be overwritten, so the fastest bot will win. When the CCIP message arrives, it checks whether that order path exists. If it finds a valid path, it will distribute the tokens to whoever filled the order. If it does not, it will send them on to the intended recipient. So whoever initiates the request can be certain that their transfer will eventually complete, even if the bot fails. Chronomancer is also extensible. When the endpoint receives the ini2EVM message, it can be sent onward to another recipient contract. So here's the Settings tab. You can get your private key from here if you want to import it into a wallet. You can also change the RPC node that you're using for different networks, and you can also change the endpoint contract if you want to do that. Here you can add a token lane to monitor. You have to pick a network, and you can provide token addresses for the network and all the networks you're monitoring. But we're just going to load our demo here. And to test this, I've built this test suite, which you can build your test cases. It's really similar to the other process, where it'll walk you through adding networks and tokens and whatnot, and then you can load it. And here we loaded our demo again. Both the test suite and Chronomancer are available on my GitHub. You can download them on the release page if you want to give it a try yourself. And also the source code is there if you want to compile it from source, or if you want to mess with the code. It's all there. So let's see this thing in action. So you'll see transactions coming from the sender chains to destination chains. They'll start loading as the Chronomancer bot starts picking them up. And typically you wouldn't see this kind of volume, I wouldn't think, but I mean it does pretty good. When it sees transactions coming in, it will queue them. So it will receive the transaction data, it will send the message to the destination chain, it'll wait for that transaction to complete, and if there's other transactions that are waiting, it will send those along too. All these cross-chain transactions are all independent of each other because they're different chains. So we're going to stop the test here, and it'll work through some transactions that it's banked. And let's check out the CCIP Explorer. So here's the CCIP Explorer transaction that was just sent 25 seconds ago from Arbitrum to Optimism. And here's the transaction on Optimism where we filled the order. So the bot has filled the order, and here's the transfer to the original sender. So just 10 seconds after the CCIP transaction was initiated, the bot filled the order. And so now you don't have to wait for a finality time to receive your tokens on Optimism. You've already gotten them from the bot. When the CCIP message comes in, the bot will receive the tokens from CCIP as opposed to the original requester, who's already gotten their tokens from the bot. So that's Chronomancer. Thanks for watching, and yeah, give it a try.